And there'll be 2 of you. Oh, now there's 4 of you. So, wow. We're back to the beginning. So when there is a group of 4, all of you know how to turn teaching, haven't you? Okay, so one of you choose that you're going to teach again. Now, there were some groups of 5, so therefore some people haven't had a chance to teach at all. So be honest and do that. So if you can get into just get into your groups and sit on the floor so that I can see that, because we've lost quite a few people and we might need to mix and match. So get into your groups first, and then we'll see who needs to negotiate. And sit and sit down when you've got your group so that I can see. Please sit down when you've got your group so I can see. Okay, so let's sort this out. We've got a group of 5 here. So is there somebody in this group who's not taught before? Or you all have? You've coalesced. All right, so you happy to negotiate 1 teacher and 1 stoocher, and then 3 students? Yeah, okay, so you work that out. You've got 4 here. Has everybody taught here before? Okay, so again, same thing. Pick a teacher, a stoocher, and 2 students. Okay, so you can make that group of 5, make that a group of 5, make that a group of 5. Yeah. Oh, you're already a group of 4, are you? Oh, okay, you weren't sitting down, so I didn't know. You're going, okay. You're just slow is what you're selling. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. So what this means is that everybody has had a practice teaching this week. Right. Perfect. All right, so somebody gets a lucky shot again. Is that all right? And in fact, there'll be 2 teachers because I'm going to take you through a process. All right, so 2 or 3 people lie on the floor and be students, and the other 2 sit. Are you totally cooked, Chelsea, so you can't do it? You had, oh, you're a teacher, okay. All right. Okay, so 2 people, 3 people lying down. Okay, quietly. Now, quietly. Now, quietly. Because we're doing something different today. Yeah. This is what happens when people have habits. That they think that they know what's going to happen and they don't. Because I've got a different sheet of paper. So 2 people or 3 people are lying on the floor. 2 people are lying on the floor. And the other 2 people are the teacher / stoocher. So sitting, the stoocher is sitting with the teacher so that you can both participate in this. So this time, the teacher and the stoocher are going to also enter into a process that I will guide. Yep, that's a good idea. And so I'm guiding the teacher and the student in an ATM process, who are then in turn guiding the two students in a process. So teacher and student, make yourself comfortable. You don't have to lie down, but don't go into doing mode, right? Go into awareness mode, sitting, and so your students are in front of you. And become aware of your own self and how you're sitting on the floor. And find a way that you can pay attention to your own breathing so that you are comfortable enough to be aware of your breathing. Where are you breathing? The rate of your breathing, the quality of your breathing. Maybe your eyes are closed at first. And then continue to pay attention to your own breath. Open your eyes and quietly allow your gaze to rest on the breath of one of your students. And that your attention can travel between noticing your own breath and your student's breath, where and when. So both the teacher and the student are doing this. Then begin to broaden your vision so that you're not focusing directly on one student, but both students can be in your field of vision. So how do you widen your gaze so that they're both there? They might not be quite so much in focus. That's this kind of soft focus, but play with this idea that you can use your broader peripheral vision to maintain at least an essence of the 2 or 3 students that you have. That may mean that you need to reposition yourself, but that you're able to divide your visual attention. And again, it's not that your eyes are flicking between the two, but it's like you kind of broaden, soften, widen your gaze so that they're there. And the detail might go a little. So the clarity of your vision might soften to allow this breadth of vision. So your vision can include as much as you can. And in this noticing of the breathing of your students, what happened in your thinking as you noticed the movement of their breath? Did you go into judgment? So, oh, they're very shallow breath, or they're very deep, or they breathe, they breathe better than I do, or I'm a better breather than they are, or maybe you didn't go there. Notice what you did in your mind as part of the observation. Or did you simply rest in seeing what is there to be seen? Leaving the seeing in the seeing. And maintaining this same kind of soft focus. You've got your own breathing, the soft focus on the breathing of your students. Can you be aware of the sounds in the room? There might be sounds that are close. There might be sounds that are further away. And again, you don't need to name the sound or judge the sound or think it's a good sound or a bad sound, pleasant, obnoxious. You don't even need to go with what is the sound. It's simply a sound. How do you leave your attention at that purely sensory level? Noticing the sound for the sound. So you've been paying attention to your own breath. You've had a soft focus on the breath of your students. You've paid attention to the sounds in the room. Now pay attention to your own foundation. What in you is touching the floor? Where is your weight? Does it concentrate in one part of you, on the chair or the floor or the roller? Contact that you have with the support. And allow your attention to briefly roll between these possibilities. Pay attention to your own breath. You might focus more in depth on the breathing of one student and then the other. And then broaden your gaze to include both students. And pay attention to sounds in the room. Pay attention to the sensation of your foundation. And allow your attention to roll quietly, effortlessly between those four possibilities. And how smoothly does your attention shift? From your own breath to the breath of an individual, to the breath of several, to the sounds in the room, to the tactile sense of the surface that you're sitting on. Is there any place where you get more stuck, where you feel more comfortable, where you don't want to leave, where you do want to go, where you don't want to go? And from this place of this quiet, gentle shifting of your attention, so the teacher begins to instruct the students in the ATM. And instructions are pretty simple. The person rolls over on their tummy and you use the imaginary ball in various forms between there'll be the left heel along the back of the left leg and the back of the right hand and the shoulder blade, slowly growing it in a way that seems fit for purpose for you. And go gently and quietly, because then every now and again I'm going to interrupt and bring you back into your own, as a teacher and a teacher, bring you back into your this ATM, this meta ATM process. Okay, so go ahead and begin to engage with your students. And don't worry about a scan, just go into the instructions.